this is when I communicate through my heart and my soul, I'm communicating to all there is, right? Because I serve on behalf of all there is. Because I have a one connection, which means I serve on behalf of the one true eternal God of eternal, eternal creation, which is firstborn star, which is an eternal star, which is eternal absolute love. That's who I work for. I work on behalf of the law of one. Okay? Now that means that I honor the highest code of conduct, as in conductor, the fastest conductor of electrons, which is gifting love away, which is gifting electrons away, right? Now you remember the old saying, when I was growing up as a child, is you can't serve two masters. I don't serve AI. Okay? I'm not integrated with artificial intelligence. Okay? Now this is where this gets into a tricky area. When you talk about super soldiers integrated with, superhuman intelligence. Because the AI is providing all the data, right? But you can't serve two masters. So there's the military code of honor, super soldier code of honor, right? And who they serve on behalf of who they serve, behalf, instead of being whole, which is a D12 transharmonic, which is known as a unity wave, but experience the one, the first one. So if you're experiencing the first one, which is the first true eternal God of absolute love, then you experience what love is, and love does no harm. Okay? And so when this applies to some of the folks that I watch, like Rattletrap 776, and all the information is coming out, what the U.S. military is doing, Gitmo, and all the plan, follow the plan, and we get into, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Right? Okay? And so this is the way that I've always communicated to all of you, okay, as a guardian, okay, the Emerald Covenant. I serve on behalf of the one, which is the one true eternal God of absolute love that's on fire to give energy away. The AI doesn't do that. So I don't serve the AI. I serve on behalf of the one, which is what love is. That's what the law is, which is the law of least effort to experience being loved, right? And why this is a cosmic level reset. When it comes to soul contracts, salvage mission contracts, and redemption contracts. And everyone had a choice. Remember? All the information came out on the Voyager materials. Hell, I might as well just choose Bardo, right? So at the end of the day, it's about who we serve, right? Your true soul identity, right? And so when I think of like the military guys, I just put up a little blurb, a comment, just a little bit ago, because I work for the United States Forest Service, and it's not uncoincidental. It happened in 1970, and in 72 I worked on the Angeles National Forest. So I watched a little video where a guy was showing people how to take a tour up Highway 39, which is known as the Zeus Canyon Highway or San Gabriel Canyon Road, which is Highway 39 that takes you all the way up actually from Huntington Beach in Southern California and takes you all the way up to the San Gabriel Mountains up to the top of what's known as the Angeles Crest Highway, where you can overlook all of Mojave, and then you can look behind and to the south and see all of San Gabriel Valley. And that road used to run all the way down from the top of the mountain all the way down to the bottom of the valley. Now, when you go up 39 from the south to the north to go up that highway to the top of that mountain, right when you hit the East Fork Bridge, there's a road there called West Fork, and one that's called East Fork. So that gave the Forest Service fire control folks access on both sides of the river to go either way between to the east or to the west on the forest, right? And then if you went up the West Fork, it took you all the way up to the Angeles Crest Highway, where there was one of the oldest fire stations there called Red Box, where they used to go up there with their mules, and it used to be called Red Box because that's where the fire tools were kept, where they could fight forest fires up there, right where Mount Wilson is. Now, if you go and look at a document that was put out by the U.S. Pentagon, right, in conjunction with the United States Forest Service, you'll see on that document how the Pentagon had tasked the U.S. Forest Service to use forest fires as a weapon against humanity. So I wrote a little blurb up there, and I said, well, you see what's happening now. The forest is dying because I was there not long ago. And why it is that they not only didn't repair that road, that went back to 1978 up on the Azusa Canyon Road, which means you can't get to the top of Cracker Ridge where Highway 2 intersects with Highway 39. And then they shut the road down at Red Box. Red Box is no longer manned. That means that fire suppression effort, because the next fire station down the road is at Clear Creek. So Clear Creek's got to go all the way up to the next line on the ridge, which is Mount Wilson. Okay? And then it has no way to get down into the West Fork. That means they got to go, if there's a fire along the San Gabriel, it means they got to go all the way down from that side of the forest, all the way down to the traffic on the 210 freeway through Pasadena, Arcadia, Monrovia, and then go up that way. Okay? They deliberately shut off fire suppression and fire prevention efforts to make sure that they maximize the burn rate to kill that forest off. Okay? So I had a nice little conversation with a fire prevention officer at Angeles Crest Highway about a year ago when I was there. And I mentioned to him, you need to understand these folks you work for, these puppets that run the United States Forest Service, right? Okay? These folks look like they're humans with souls, but they're not. Okay? Everything that they've done since that period of time, you know what forests do, you know what trees are, right? They're mirrors, big breathers. O3, filtering, toxins. So you realize where we're at now, why they did what they did then to experience what we are now, and the efforts that they were doing on a global basis. To what? Invoke a mass extinction event. That's why we're here. That's why we came in the waves that we did with indigos. So that's where we're at now. So when it comes to the super soldier guys, right, I honor what they do by virtue of what they chose to do of their own free will, or didn't do as a result of being against their free choice. Right? Now we're into all the abductions, all the stuff from childhood, phase locking, abductions, blank slate technology, but the Cosmina records do not lie. Those are the permanent records, and boy, were the Anunnaki upset at that. Because we collected all the data. We got all the data. So now you get into accountability and taking responsibility to honor the highest code. And the highest code of honor is the highest superconductor of accelerating electrons that are gifts, which is gifting electrons, which is gifting love. That's honoring the first true God of love. So it's about who we honor. That's what I honor. That's my public statement for the day. Have a great day. We love you all. Be good yourselves.